Okay, so today we are going to make pistachio crusted chicken and Parmesan risotto. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna see how this goes. I've never tried to cook while filming before, and it might be absolute chaos, but in the end, we'll probably still end up with an edible product, hopefully. So, the very, very first part of this process is I'm gonna try to get this without. We have to de-shell pistachios. And yes, you can buy pistachios pre-shelled. Feel free to do that. These are just the ones that my brother already had. I'm holding them ever so lightly because the microphone will pick up the material of the bag. Since mine are in the shell, I have to deshell them. I've got two bowls right here. One for the shells, one for the nuts. So, got to do that first. And then I'll combine this with some other things to make the crust that's going to go on our chicken. I also have chicken thawing right now. You can do this with chicken or salmon. Chicken is just a little bit more hearty, if that makes sense. But salmon is good too. I've made this in salmon form. It's also very, very delicious. All right, I finished shelling the pistachios. It's not that much, but we are going to combine it with some other things to make the crust for our chicken. And next thing is that I do really need to go ahead and get this kitchen all cleaned up, so let's do that real quick. All right, there we go. Looking a little bit nicer so we can get started making it a mess again. All right, I have gathered all of the ingredients I'm going to be using. All of these ones are going to be for the chicken that I'm going to bread it with. So breadcrumbs, pistachios, some seasoning, salt, pepper. And then for the risotto, we're going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to do a shallot. This is the arborio rice that we'll make the risotto with. Parmesan chicken stock. I'll probably use salt and pepper in that as well. And maybe some other seasonings, but I'm probably going to keep it pretty plain and just a bunch of Parmesan. So the next step is going to be processing the chicken and getting that where I want it to be, and also going ahead and cutting up the shallot. Besides those three things of shelling the pistachios, cutting up the shallot, and processing the chicken breasts, there's really not a lot of prep that goes into this, which is really nice. We will have to obviously grate that Parmesan as well, but otherwise it's kind of just putting things together, putting things on other things. One last thing I almost forgot in terms of ingredients, I am going to do like a dry, wet, dry situation on the chicken for breading it. So I'm going to use some regular flour that I will also season, and then a egg. It'll go into the flour, into the egg, and then into the breading. So you'll see that process happen in a moment. Okay, a few things have started happening. One, I'm heating my broth for the risotto, a step you don't have to do, but I am going to do. I've started cooking the shallots. That's still coming up to temperature. I also realized I never said anything about garlic. I am going to use garlic in this as well. I cut up what we had that was fresh, and then my brother reminded me that we had this guy, so I'm gonna do that. I've got my risotto or my arborio rice are all poured out, ready to go into this eventually. I am also going to use a little bit of this franzia in the risotto as well, because we classy like that. It was in this moment that I realized I took off my sweatshirt and my microphone was still attached, so it was across the room and the audio obviously did not pick up. But what I'm doing here is just adding my arborio rice to the shallots, garlic, butter, and oil that was in that pan, and giving that a nice little stir. We want to get it nice and coated with oil. And then I'm just showing you guys here what I'm going to do with the chicken, which is essentially to give it a dry, wet, dry situation, like I said before. So that is my seasoned flour, my egg wash, my breadcrumbs, and pistachios all ground up. I did not film that process because it's loud. I will put it on the baking sheet, and then I will fry them, pan fry them, and then put them into the oven. We actually don't have a full-size oven that works, so we use this little fancy air fryer. All right, even more is happening. Our risotto, I have done a little bit of white wine in here. I've added a little bit of broth. I'm going to just continue to add this heated broth, a couple ladlefuls at a time. And it's going to soak all that up, and we're going to go until it is thick and creamy. So that's going. And then I have my pan heating up over here. I actually need to add some oil. It's probably gonna, let's see if it yells at me. No? Okay, good. So we're gonna add enough oil that we're gonna do a little pan fry of our chicken. So yeah, a decent amount of oil in there. And then this is the aftermath of breading the chicken. We've got it all ready to go here. Here's how you know if your oil is ready. Oh. Okay, so this is where things start to get a little wild. You're going to unlock a new angle here. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do it away from us. Okay. Not quite sizzly enough for me. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. I'm gonna let that one go. Also, I need to find trusty. These guys are trusty. This is all gonna have to go in the trash. Into the sink. Okay. So we are, I can't really see it that well, but we are doing our chicken. Oh, I got a little burnt. First one got a little burnt. That's okay. Risotto needs more broth. Mixa, mixa, mixa. Okay. This seems like it might be a little bit too hot, so let's turn it back down. Goes on there. Let's get some more chickens going. Try to pay better attention. Try not to crowd the pan. And yeah, we're just transferring these to a baking sheet because we're going to put them in the oven and bake for a little bit. Okay. Just want these to get a little bit of a crusty on them. Crusty in a good way. Keep stirring our risotto. Okay, oh, everything's kind of going well. The risotto we will add broth to until it does not seem to be able to absorb anymore. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I'm actually going to get some more. I think that'll probably be enough broth. And if it's not, we've got plenty more in the fridge. I like to have low stress cooking if I can. This is feeling much low stress, which I enjoy. We're getting to the almost to the end of this, honestly. Which I know this wasn't like the easiest peasiest thing, but it's not the hardest thing to get. We'll show you the end result and how yummy that is. I know really mostly what you're seeing is just the risotto. So I'll show you the aerial view of a few of these. Getting crispy, and we're putting it onto this guy, and then we're going to throw that whole thing in the oven. See if we can make them all fit. LOL. All right, so I decided to go ahead and make some broccoli, so that's steaming in the microwave for the next minute or so. I've got risotto that's about done. I'm just going to add in a bunch of Parmesan, and then I decided to go ahead and do some fresh cilantro too, because we had it. Having myself a little pink, or a little raspberry lemonade vodka drink. That's just a dirty pan. And then we've got the chicken all done as well. Yeah, it's a little burnt over there, but some of these pieces look really good, and I'm excited about it, and I will show you guys what it looks like all plated up. All right, y'all, this is the finished product. I'm about to mess this up. Oh my god. She is very jealous of my dinner. All right, first bites. Ooh, can't tilt this. I will say I did already have a little bite of the chicken, but chicken's so good. It's just like a schnitzel, essentially. So good. Cilantro is a good touch. And then risotto. I've also had some taste as I, taste tested it, but decently al dente. Good saltiness. Melts in your mouth. So good. So proud of myself actually for this one. Okay, I ate so much I feel like I might actually explode, but I think that was a 9 out of 10 dinner. Not gonna lie. So, woohoo! All right. Catch you on the next one, I suppose. Bye.